Welcome to Suzerain. First of all, it's been 7 months since I last made a video, but I'm launching a new series, Suzerain, in anticipation for the new DLCs that are coming sometime soon. I also have the Kingdom of Rizia DLC, which I want to play too, but I figured that we have to get it going with the main game, and that's enough talking. We're just gonna jump right into it. I did briefly load up or create a new game, and so we're gonna dive into it. 1908, the Kingdom of Sordland. You open your eyes to this world you came from. Let's see. One, a wealthy family in the city of Loshhaven. A middle income family in the city of Halsord. 3, an impoverished family in the city of Dare. Good options all around, but everybody likes a underdog story. Now, the last time I played this game, I just bullshitted my way halfway through it. And I want this to be a proper Let's Play. So, I'm gonna try to make sensible decisions. 1908, Kingdom of Sordland. Your parents named you Anton as the only child of a farmer. You spend your childhood among wheat fields. Life was not easy. You were too poor to afford a good education. The RAYNE family was caring regardless of the economically dire situation. Your parents always did their best to support you. The years passed, and over here on the right we have a little timeline with some important dates. So a couple years have passed. 1923, September 9th. During a history class at school, the bell started to ring unexpectedly. You heard a loud commotion outside. As everyone tried to figure out what was going on, the principal announced the historic revolution. The kingdom was no more. The Republic of Sordland was born. Okay, so it says the only home you've known. All right, we got 3 choices here. You did not fully understand. I think as a child, during something like this, you probably wouldn't understand. All 3 of these are very good responses. Personally, for me, I'm gonna go with 3. You were somewhat worried. I'm leaning towards 3 or 1, but I think 3 speaks to me more. Let's click it. Months after the Republic was proclaimed, life around you changed. You watched friends and family face uncertainty, economic hardship, scattered unrest, and resistance from those tied to the old order. In their struggle, now this is a political game, and every single decision you make influences the outcome of the game, if I believe correctly. It's a lot of reading, but it's good gameplay to keep somebody engaged, I think. Alright, let's see. In their struggle, you envied those who escaped it all and wished for an easier path. easier resources. So I guess these are some things that you're gonna get throughout the game. Saw both pain and perseverance and saw balance between the two. Felt the weight they carried and choose to shoulder even more harder resources. And there's also a lot of politicalness into it, which is why I gravitated towards this game. But I'm gonna keep the balance. 1926. After graduating, you passed the university exam with high marks. Even though your family was poor, the public education system made it possible to go to university. You had the opportunity to choose between several studies. You choose law at Sordland State University, economics at the Lashaven Business School, history at the Dyer University of Culture. Good choices. Personally, for me, I'm going to study law. I'm an aspiring lawyer. I came from nothing and I have to make myself something. During the first year, you attended a lecture with David Weesey, your teacher and mentor from university. He is the son of the first president of Sordland, the revolutionary Arthur S. Weesey. Okay, cool. Getting some background. He was a well-known diplomat from the foreign ministry and son of the president. After observing the hall in silence, he explained how the Supreme Court is obstructing justice in Sordland. He stated that laws should be applied fairly and that even the members of the Supreme Court are subject to the same laws. Number 1, you agreed in principle. You questioned what you were being taught. Your only concern was passing the exam. Good choices all around. Personally, for me, I would have to agree in principle. Soldiers entered the campus in the evening ahead of the first election. Many were in shock as the uniformed men created a security cordon and started arresting the teachers. A group of students started gathering in protest, along with their best friend, Peter Vectern. You decided to protest with the students. Okay. I'm just gonna get involved. One of the officers... Oh shit. One of the officers made a loud announcement that echoed through the campus. General Suzerain declared martial law in order to restore the administration. Please stand back and disperse to your rooms. You joined the students that slowly marched toward the large group of soldiers. Suddenly, the soldiers charged. Well, let's see what happens next. A student fell and was trampled as everybody started running away. I'm gonna stand my ground. You can't back me down. Oh, damn. The soldiers beat you relentlessly. It was a gloomy year. 1927, October 10th. The arrested teachers were replaced by those that promoted conformism to the state. Sordland turned a blind eye to the things that were happening when that's the capital. You didn't want to stay idle and decided to join a political debate group, of course. As a future lawyer, I had to debate and know these values. The dozens of debate helped you hone your oratory skills while also helping you grow your network. Even though the discussions between different groups often became heated, you all grew from sharing ideas. In one of those meetings, Peter Vectorn introduced you to his classmate, Monica. The love of your life. Oh, wonderful. You were immediately attracted to. Listen, currently it's always been a debate around whether the personality versus the looks. What's most important? Her looks, of course. Personality matters too, but looks are, if not more important, for everybody, men and women. She mentioned to you that she was a volunteer for the Sordland League of Women, an organization campaigning for women's rights. Okay. One told her you wholeheartedly supported her cause, weren't particularly interested in women's rights, but asked her to dinner nonetheless. Now, if you are, let's just support women. We support women over here, okay? So we're just gonna support women. There's no debate. We should all be for women's rights and women's wrongs. The politically charged environment led you to... Okay, so this is where you get to pick your ideas of what you most align with. Now, while some of these decisions are personally picked and influenced by me, I think I'm gonna try to be unbiased in the play style. So I'm not gonna pick between the socialists or the nationalists. I think I'm gonna stay away from any political organizations. The radio relayed that the communist general Ricard surrounded Ludrin and his troops, demanding their surrender. They refused, and heavy fighting broke out across the country. You couldn't believe it. The army was fighting amongst themselves. Sordland plunged into chaos. As you can see, we are in the Swordish Civil War. 1928, June 2nd. The clash escalated into a full-blown civil war. The horrors made you isolate yourself for a while. Monica helped you cope, and love grew between the two of you. However, it was a difficult time for love. The chaos had to end. 1929, Republic of Sordland. The charismatic Colonel Turkin Sol orchestrated a sudden attack on the capital, where the Ludrinist and the Ricardist forces were battling each other. He defeated both, ending the war. A new constitution was written, and the military government began efforts to restore stability. Many people saw the colonel as a savior. He formed the United Sordland Party and ran as a presidential campaign in the first ever single-party elections. Okay, so Turkin is the president and the famous colonel who established the Republic in 1922. Cool. Okay, so we have a choice. Do we vote for the United Sordland Party? Or we did not vote. Now, taking that we didn't really pick a stand in the Civil War, I'm not gonna vote. The USP won the election by a large majority. The military government announced a 4-year restoration period to transform to an entirely civilian government. After graduation, you kept seeing Monica, the love of your life. You were both interested in marrying and starting a family. However, a letter arrived from the military calling you to fulfill your compulsory service. It was time to serve your national duty. 1930 February, Bergia region. Bergia, whichever way it's pronounced. The devastating civil war from neighboring Welen quickly turned into a proxy war between regional and world powers. The distinguished Major Isef Lance, Isef Lance, that's what I'm calling, ordered you to lead your squad on a border patrol mission. It was a very cold winter night when you began marching out of the Grunman outpost. You could see your breath. After several hours of marching through the snowy hills, distant noises were heard. Visibility was too low to confirm the source, so the squad crawled forward in formation and found a spot to observe. A group of refugees had made it beyond the border fence. You let them slip through. We have to. Listen, we're all about the people here. You know, sometimes we have to turn a blind eye. After the patrol, Major Lancey arrived with anger and immediately relieved you of your command, calling you a disappointment. What the fuck? God damn. One of your squad members had reported your actions. Oh my gosh. I know it was going to be that bad. After several months of scrubbing the floors as a punishment, your duties ended and you went back to civilian life. Okay. Cool. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest, but you and Monica decided to share your lives together. After receiving the blessing of her parents, a ceremony was held in Halsord. During the same year, you worked hard to secure a high-paying job within the governing United Sordland Party. It was much more difficult to start your career on a good foot because of the refugee incident, of course, but you still managed. Working for the ruling party was the easiest path to power. Financial compensation was too great to pass up. It was the best opportunity to change the country for the better. So I feel like these two options are the same one, 1 and 3. I would pick this one, but I'm gonna go with 1. You became the legal assistant to one of the more experienced members of Assembly. You worked long and hard, going through hundreds of pages of legal documents late into the night. You were climbing the ladder. Tarquin Sol gave amnesty to the remaining factions of the Civil War and chose de-escalation and appeasement. The institutions and symbols of the former kingdom were slowly replaced. His government launched several new initiatives, such as a citizen-funded bills program to revitalize the economy, a social labor initiative to help rebuild and improve society, a large dam project to solve the energy crisis. The first multi-party elections in the history of Sordland were held. Tarkin Sol was elected once more. I think he's a dictator, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna go out on a whim and say that. The ongoing legal battle between the Justice Ministry and the Supreme Court put you under a lot of stress, but your significant contribution to the legal case triggered an invitation to meet President Tarkin Sol himself, who offered you a key position. You were to become the youngest member of the assembly. I think I'm gonna accept it with doubts. Let's see. As the youngest MP, it was difficult to connect with your influential inner circle. You needed allies, so you brought on Peter Vectern as your right-hand man. The birth of your son Frank provided a brief moment of joy and relief. You sacrificed work to spend time with your family, sacrificed family time to improve your position in the party. Now, a real hustler, right, would probably sacrifice his family time to climb the ladder. I'm sorry. He's missing out on a lot. You know, he might not see his son's first step, or he might not be able to teach him how to ride the bike, but at least he'll have influence, money, and power. 1941, October, rising career. Along with Peter Vectern, you did great things to cement your position in the party. Meanwhile, at home, Monica and Frank felt your absence. At the same time, President Sol increased his authority over the years. His growing ego started to cause strife within the USP. The cracks begin to show. 1945 October, time of change. President Sol barely secured a majority in the election against the opposition leader. Over the next year, the Swedish party grew increasingly discontent with corruption and the worsening quality of life. Economic growth was slowing down. Meanwhile, calls for a united Sordland Party Congress became louder as leadership started to brew. Okay. Right. He gave me this position, right? And things are going bad for everybody as a whole, right? I have the option to support in him like a bootlicker, or join the resistance like a rebel, or do nothing and watch from the sidelines. Now, I'm leaning towards one because I want to see what happens, right? And I believe the choice to pick a side will always be there. So I'm going to pick which one. The contender for party leadership was Oswald Alfonso, a reformist and talented business magnate with a growing follower base within the party. Meanwhile, in a desperate effort to secure votes before Congress, President Sol was meeting with party members one by one. He approached you two. Oh shit, we have to decide. The president offered you the position of Minister of Justice and Law in the next government if you backed him in the upcoming vote. Oof. A decision has to be made here. I'm gonna accept. I'm gonna accept it. The Congress was nothing short of impressive. The banners of the United Sordland Party were decorating every possible spot. Okay, thousands of influential political figures, lobbyists, and benefactors gathered for this turning point. The voting for the party leadership began. I'm gonna vote for Turkin. Unfortunately, Turkin Sol lost the leadership vote to Alfonso by a small margin. During the Congress, Sol announced he would retire from politics at the end of his term and appointed Alfonso as vice president. The system he had established were to stay much longer. His achievements wouldn't be forgotten. You were happy that Sol was finally even, troubled, and 3. I don't really care. I'll care about me. A month later, 1946, October 15th, uncertain years. A month later, your daughter was born, Monica. Named her Dina. She motivated you during the tumultuous period in the party. As the VP and the leader of the USB, Ewald Alfonso began dismantling the old organizations and structures established by the USB, such as the State Educators Corps and State Corporation Bills. General elections were approaching. The United Sordland Party was under new leadership. You joined the party and campaigned for him. I don't like what he's doing. I ain't gonna help him. 1949. During the general election, the main opposition leader was embroiled in a sex scandal with his secretary. Sounds like history is repeating itself, but backwards. He was replaced by the more popular figure, French Richter, a new and popular figure from the People's Freedom and Justice Party, who currently serves as its leader. But the damage had been done. The new economic policies and the extensive privatization program proposed by Ewald Alfonso, secured an election victory for the United Sordland Party. Over the following years, you, 1. did your best in order to make Sordland a better place. 2. tried all that was necessary to climb up the ladder. 3. dedicated yourself to the party and its success. I'm gonna go with 1. The presidency of Alfonso saw many bold reforms in government and law, and advancements in liberal democratic values. However, due to infighting and disorganization, continental economic tensions, and fast-track privatization, it was followed by a severe economic recession. The other parties announced their bids for the 1952 election, but the unfair election system hampered opposition efforts to campaign. You, 1. thought that your party could not survive another crisis. 2. were worried about the economic recession. And 3. worried that your reputation will also be tarnished along with Alfonso. I'm gonna go with 2. With Peter's help, your presence in the USP grew. The two of you worked long nights together. He flipped opponents to your side. You became the new face of a new wing of the party. Step by step, and with adequate planning, your wing took over the leadership as President Alfonso lost control of the country. The moment to make a move had come. You blamed Alfonso for the crisis on the television. You bribed and extorted Alfonso. Inner circle, you advised Alfonso to step down. I think I will advise him to step down. He listened to your advice. 1953, March, rise of RAYNE. Oh, that's the guy. That's me. I'm RAYNE. Alfonso conceded a leadership struggle, and the party eventually voted you in because of your indisputable influence. Following this, you announced that you would be running for president in the general election with Peter as your running mate. It was your turn. 1953, October, election campaign. After visiting every town and city during the campaign, you made a speech on state television. You promised to enact democratic reforms. Sure. The people are tired of empty promises. We need fundamental change in our institutions and government. A solid and transparent democracy awaits us. Brothers and sisters, a new constitution and a new age is upon us. The broadcast ended. November 5th. On election day, millions went out to cast their votes. It was time to face the truth. Chapter 1, President RAYNE. Okay, so this character creation is going to be the end of episode 1, and immediately following that I'm going to stop the recording because it's kind of late and I'm a little bit tired, so forgive me if I sound lethargic. But we're gonna create President RAYNE here, end the episode, and then when I wake up in the morning, we're gonna immediately do another episode. Hopefully by then this episode will be published and up on YouTube, and second episode will be following. I'm gonna try to make sure I record long episodes too, so between 30 minutes and 45, nothing crazy. All right, let's see. Here. We're gonna give him luscious locks. I think that, yeah, I got something like this right now. It's very, Eastern. I like that one. Background. I like The Office. Accessories. Oh, spectacles, of course. Of course we're gonna get some spectacles. Well, this is me. This is it. Alright, well, first of all, thank you for joining me, and I hope you're here to stay. I will finish this series. Episode lengths might increase because it is a lengthy game, and I want to make sure that I might actually finish the game properly this time. So if you enjoy this, if you enjoy hearing me mumble and stumble over words because sometimes I can't read, and if you enjoy chill vibes, come back again. Thank you.